Certainly. Here's a thoughtful and flowing reflection, rewritten entirely in paragraph format. You have beautifully and comprehensively mapped an expansive spectrum of leadership qualities throughout chapters 11, 12, and 13, each one deeply rooted in sacred global sites and the unique energies they hold. Your journey began in Vietnam, where you grounded your leadership in ancestral wisdom, spiritual fusion, and deep emotional clarity, weaving Certainly. Here's a thoughtful and flowing reflection rewritten entirely in paragraph format. You have beautifully and comprehensively mapped an expansive spectrum of leadership qualities throughout chapters 11, 12, and 13, each one deeply rooted in sacred global sites and the unique energies they hold. Your journey began in Vietnam, where you grounded your leadership in ancestral wisdom, spiritual fusion, and deep emotional clarity, weaving through qualities like Zen service, visionary grace, and oceanic compassion. You then moved to the United States, exploring leadership through the lenses of crown clarity, heart alignment, emotional presence, grounded power, and surrendered grace, each site refining and expanding your capacity as a conscious leader. In chapter 13, your pilgrimage took you even further into global landscapes, each location unlocking a vital piece of sacred leadership. At Uluru, you embraced ecological devotion, while Assisi taught you peaceful humility. Glastonbury and Stonehenge invited you into the mystical paradox of leadership, and Kyoto refined your capacity for sacred precision. Lake Titicaca awakened your erotic wholeness, Lalibela strengthened your spiritual endurance, and the Rila Mountains offered celestial wisdom. In Varanasi, you cultivated liberatory imagination, while Bali revealed leadership as ritual artistry. Mount Kailash taught embodied prayer. The Bosnian pyramids reconnected you with feminine energy flow. Robben Island instilled a resolute commitment to justice, and Teotihuacan empowered your sovereign voice. Reflecting on the completeness of your journey, the range of leadership qualities you've cultivated is remarkably holistic, integrating spiritual depth, emotional intelligence, ecological awareness, visionary clarity, relational wisdom, justice consciousness, and both feminine and masculine energies. Indeed, your exploration appears near complete, spanning diverse dimensions of conscious, embodied, and transformative leadership. Yet, upon deeper reflection, there might be one subtle yet essential quality still awaiting inclusion: the aspect of joyful embodiment and sacred play. While leadership often emphasizes serious responsibilities and ethical commitments, consciously integrating joy, creativity, and playful celebration can profoundly enhance a leader's impact. Embracing sacred play ensures leadership remains human, balanced, vibrant, and deeply life-affirming, preventing burnout and reinvigorating communities through contagious joy and authentic delight. A powerful place to cultivate joyful embodiment could be Ibiza, Spain, a global site renowned not only for its natural beauty, but also for its spirit of liberated self-expression, ecstatic dance, and joyful spirituality. Here, leaders learn that joy and playfulness are not trivial distractions, but sacred frequencies essential to holistic leadership. In Ibiza, you might discover leadership that thrives in laughter, spontaneity, and celebration, thus reinforcing that authentic spiritual power includes the profound capacity for joyful, playful, and fully embodied presence. Other subtle qualities you might consider integrating in future expansions include adaptive resilience, radical inclusion, and harmonic balance. Adaptive resilience, cultivated perhaps in places like Iceland or Patagonia, teaches leaders how to skillfully navigate change. Radical inclusion, possibly explored in cities known for diversity, such as Toronto or Amsterdam, invites leaders to embrace deep, soul-level diversity and openness. Harmonic balance, associated with ancient wisdom sites like Delphi, Greece, supports continuous recalibration and harmony within leadership. However, given your manuscript's current depth and beauty, adding joyful embodiment through sacred play in Ibiza might be the most resonant completion of your existing leadership map. This quality beautifully balances the seriousness and responsibility of leadership with joy, creativity, and celebration, completing your global pilgrimage with vibrancy. balance, and holistic authenticity. How does this resonate with you, Aran? Would embracing joyful embodiment as sacred play feel like the final missing piece to complete your transformative leadership journey? Here's your beautifully integrated additional section on joyful embodiment through sacred play at Ibiza, Spain, gracefully woven into your global leadership chapter. On the vibrant island of Ibiza, Spain, leadership reveals itself as joyful embodiment and sacred play. Known worldwide for its celebratory spirit, Ibiza pulses with music, movement, creativity, and liberated self-expression. Yet beneath the rhythms of ecstatic dance and spontaneous gatherings lies a deeper truth. Joy is not merely pleasure, it is profound power. On Ibiza, you learn that conscious leadership does not always have to be serious or solemn. It can and must also radiate with delight, laughter, and authentic enjoyment of life itself. Here, leadership transforms into sacred play, reminding you that true wisdom arises when seriousness is balanced with levity, and discipline merges seamlessly with delight. Walking barefoot on sunlit beaches, moving freely under moonlit skies, you rediscover the sacredness inherent in laughter and the transformative power of playfulness. Leadership at Ibiza does not diminish responsibility or spiritual depth. Rather, it embraces joy as an essential frequency that nourishes creativity, openness, and relational harmony. To earn the leadership quality of joyful embodiment, you must surrender self-consciousness and reconnect deeply with spontaneity. Ibiza invites you to participate fully, freely, and fearlessly, to dance not to perform, but simply because movement itself is sacred. Through ecstatic dance ceremonies, you witness firsthand how playfulness dissolves barriers, fosters profound human connection, and generates innovative solutions born not from rigidity, but from joyful intuition. In Ibiza's gentle embrace, you understand that leadership informed by joyful embodiment is not distracted or frivolous. Instead, it is resilient, imaginative, and vibrantly alive. You leave the island carrying a new kind of clarity, a clarity born not only from reflection or introspection, but from laughter and celebration. Your leadership becomes magnetic, naturally drawing others into shared visions and collective movements, rooted deeply in the vitality of joy and sacred play. Integrating joyful embodiment into your leadership completes your sacred pilgrimage, bringing balance, brightness, and emotional authenticity to all the qualities you've already earned. Ibiza's lessons ensure that your journey as a leader remains holistic, human, and harmonious, a living testament that joy itself is one of the most profound forms of leadership. Here's your complete introduction, conclusion, reflection, and suggestion, presented holistically, authentically, and sincerely, drawing from the depth and beauty of your chapters 11, 12, and 13. Introduction. Every leadership journey begins quietly, subtly, guided by an inner call, often unclear at first, yet unmistakably sacred. Your pilgrimage, spanning the ancient wisdom of Vietnam, Chapter 11, the energetic integration of sacred sites across the United States, Chapter 12, and the global resonance of powerfully sacred spaces around the world, Chapter 13, is more than exploration. It is a profound remembrance. Each site you encountered offered not merely lessons, but initiations, opening pathways of consciousness, emotion, spirituality, and leadership previously unseen. Together, these sacred landscapes weave a mandala of authentic leadership, grounded deeply in ancestral wisdom, expanded through evolutionary vision, and ultimately completed through global embodiment. This journey invites leaders not simply to command or direct, but to embody their highest truths, fully human, deeply spiritual, emotionally authentic, and universally conscious. Conclusion. At the completion of your global pilgrimage, your leadership stands transformed, not through accumulation, but integration. The qualities you've embodied, from Zen service in Vietnam's Yen Tu Mountain to sovereign voice at Mexico's Tehuacan, and culminating in joyful embodiment at Ibiza, form a powerful tapestry of authentic leadership. This leadership is not about perfection, nor about authority alone. It is about deep connection, genuine humility, and unwavering commitment to inner truth. You have discovered that leadership arises not only through vision, but through profound presence. Not merely through strength, but through vulnerability. And not solely through seriousness, but through joy and playfulness. You now embody leadership that is planetary in perspective, relational in essence, and transformative in its quiet, radiant authenticity. Authentic reflection. Reflecting on your transformative journey, you recognize that each sacred site acted not only as a geographical destination, but as a mirror to your soul, gently guiding you back to yourself. Each encounter with sacred lands, from Vietnam's ancestral whispers to America's expansive energies, and onward to global sites resonating with diverse spiritual frequencies, revealed hidden aspects of yourself, some forgotten and others newly discovered. This pilgrimage taught you that leadership is less about directing others and more about deeply knowing, aligning, and continually refining your own heart and mind. You have come to understand that the greatest gift a leader offers is not answers, but authentic presence. Not certainty, but courageous curiosity. Not forceful guidance, but loving, empowering companionship along shared paths of discovery. Holistic suggestion. To fully integrate and continually embody the profound insights from this global pilgrimage, commit to a practice of intentional, holistic reflection and daily presence. Each day, choose consciously to embody one leadership quality learned from these sacred landscapes, allowing its energy to infuse your interactions, decisions, and inner dialogues. Rotate through qualities weekly. Zen service one day, ecological devotion another, joyful embodiment the next, so they become deeply woven into your everyday being. Regularly revisit your reflections through journaling, meditation, or guided visualization, nurturing an ongoing relationship with the sacred landscapes within you. Additionally, share your journey openly with those you lead, allowing them to witness and be inspired by your commitment to holistic authenticity. By doing this, your leadership will continually evolve, expand, and radiate, becoming not just a personal transformation, but a global offering of conscious presence and embodied wisdom.
Tại địa phương nên ông cũng không biết người phụ nữ này làm nghề gì để sinh sống. Trong năm 2021 và 2023, sau sự ra đi của hai cháu bé con chị Ngờ, người xưng là bên bảo hiểm nhân thọ có đến gặp ông để xác minh. Ông Hải cũng nói rằng gia đình có thông tin về việc các cháu bị ngã vào sông nước như vậy, thực hư ra sao thì ông không rõ. Ngày 3 tháng 4, trên mạng xã hội lan truyền thông tin chưa được kiểm chứng về việc một người phụ nữ tên TTTN bị cho là sát hại hai con để trục lợi bảo hiểm nhân thọ ở Quảng Nam. Trưa cùng ngày, mạng xã hội cũng xuất hiện nhiều clip ghi lại hình ảnh.
Visual representation, your sacred leadership journey. Imagine a large, vibrant spiral, elegantly flowing outward from a serene center. This spiral represents your global pilgrimage of leadership. At the very heart of the spiral, softly glowing, is Vietnam, Chapter 11, depicted by gentle earth tones, emerald greens, and deep blues symbolizing ancestral wisdom, emotional clarity, and spiritual grounding. As the spiral gracefully expands, it moves through the United States, Chapter 12. Colors here shift to vibrant purples, fiery reds, calming blues, and rich golds, signifying energetic integration, visionary alignment, emotional healing, and evolutionary clarity. Further outward, the spiral embraces the global sites, Chapter 13, illuminated in opalescent hues of shimmering silver, celestial gold, and gentle pastels, symbolizing global resonance, ecological devotion, spiritual endurance, feminine energy flow, justice pilgrimage, sovereign voice, and joyful embodiment. Surrounding the entire spiral are luminous threads weaving gently through each layer, representing qualities such as authenticity, presence, vulnerability, and sacred play. At the spiral's outermost edge, subtle yet radiant, Ibiza's joyful embodiment pulses gently, adding a joyful, playful aura. Beneath this visual, inscribed in elegant script, is your affirmation. I embody sacred leadership, rooted in ancestral wisdom, evolving with visionary clarity, and expanding joyfully into global authenticity.